Hey, what's up, everyone? This is gonna be a Yuri's Revenge game in dry heat. So it's top versus bottom and dry heat, and he's gonna get the 2 oils for each side. And I need to send out a scrap brute, as usual. And I think NG Eat might be off. So he's getting his ore down there. They might try to anti-scout the other brutes a little bit with that Gatling tank. And you see the top player, he's actually building a little different than other players' build. Not that it's bad or anything. It's just he's building back his war factory backwards. Usually they build toward the ore patch, so you could stretch to the left and to the right, and then possibly put a bunker in the left and right side of the base if you start needing to defend hard. And sometimes what I do on this map is I make a virus and put it on the hill over, especially versus the bottom side. I mean, the top side is the one side where like it's hard to get like a virus close to things because it can't shoot. It could shoot some of them, but not very good from down the hill. But you see, you can put viruses there. The viruses can't get killed, but if you're defending with the viruses with the army, it's just a harass tactic. It's not gonna like win the game probably or anything. They gotta kill somebody with a virus, but virus is a little bit like desolators, that they could kill other slaves, other Yuri slave miners. Now top, I don't like where he put his battle lab. I mean bottom, I don't like where he put his battle lab, because of the fact that this could just like run up, hit it and run it. Not smart. I always say put a battle lab in a safe place, but people do it anyway. You know, and just rules. You know, it's not my rules. I was like, I made that rule out. I mean, on blues, it's like could still be hit and run, but not as bad as pinks. So disc in flight. You don't want to monkey around when this UFOs over the place. And then Yuri, where it goes into the pre-tech units, and then it goes into 1, 2, 3 masterminds, about that many, and then it goes into UFOs. Usually, that's how the meta goes for Yuri versus Yuri. But one thing you need to know is, before you get the battle lab up, you got to think about what units you want to use. Because Lasher tanks are actually good versus Gatling tanks. Early game, they're very good. But late game, the Lasher tanks are not very good versus another Yuri, because of the fact that they're going to get mind control, they're going to get magnetron, and most importantly of all, the UFOs are going to shoot the Lasher tanks. So if you do get like a damaged Lasher tank, and your money is like medium or low, sometimes I grind, you know, 1 or 2 Lasher tanks. But if I don't need to grind them, then I usually save them. I'm not the kind of person that, you know, builds a pillbox and sells the pillbox. So I'm not the kind of person that's gonna, you know, build a Lasher tank and then grind a Lasher tank. I like to grind it only when my money gets low, but other players don't do that. They will grind. They sell and grind, you know, units quicker than me on average. So it's a UFO war. Okay, now blue's attacking while pink's attacking the miners. See, the battle lab got killed just like I said, and actually I don't even remember that happening, so I was kind of right by what I was telling you guys. So it looks like, you know, the top blue might have overextended, but we don't know yet. Let's find out. Okay, Pink's back in space. Where's his Gatling towers? Where's his Gatling tower? He should be making them as fast as possible. It looks like Pink. Who's it? Pink has him? Oh my god, that was brutal as shit. Oh my god, that. And Pink's gonna get him. Oh my god, Pink got a really big hit. Man, that was the most brutalist thing I have ever seen. Brutal Psychic Dominator. So this is going to be the second game. It's going to be Yuri versus Yuri again. Now there's Scout North Initiates and Brutes. But I think NG Eat might be off, so I think the bottom player is afraid of the other Brute NG bashing him. It's like NG Eat. I mean, that's like the language they use. I think NG Eat is when the dog kills an engineer. But I call NG Bash is when the Brute kills an engineer, because he, you know, he punches his freaking head off. And that's how the Brute kills an engineer. He only has tools, so he can't fight back at all, really. He's the only unit that can't fight back. But in Red Alert 3, the Soviet engineers have pistols, which is pretty badass. And you see the tank control error, that bottom mate right there? He went slightly out of the range and then back into it, and then Red won that 1v1 with the Gatling tank. 1v1 is usually not something that you worry about in the RTS games like this. In like a MOBA game like League of Legends or something, you have to worry about the whole game's a 1v1 or a team fight. But this, like, if you have one Gatling versus one Gatling, not a big deal if you lose, but I mean, it's not good, definitely. I mean, you're down a unit and you're probably going to be out tanked because of it, maybe. So they both got the Raiders, and I think the purple player, they're different colors. They're different colors now than they were in the last game. It was the same players, top and bottom. Now, purple is trying to scout the red, Yuri. He does not see all this crap and watch him run into the bunker like an idiot. No, he didn't. Oh, the Magnetron got him. So he should put the... Okay, this time he put the Battle Lab in a safer spot. Almost like the last game knocked some sense into him. So you notice that both Yuris probably are not going to make Lasher tanks. Now he's attacking that. And actually I think I fast forwarded. I paused the video for a second right there. We're like 2 minutes from where we were before. And now the Psychic Dominators are up. Now he wants to get the miners just like he did the other game. But it's gonna have to run back to his base. Run back to his base, you know, and it actually worked out for him where last game. Because the other Yuri kind of ran into his defenses and lost tempo or something like that. Sometimes if you kill an MCV, you lose the game right after. Sometimes if you get your MCV killed, you win the game right after. It's kind of funny. But sometimes, I mean, obviously losing MCV is bad, but I mean, if it's a tempo loss, if you don't know what tempo means, tempo is like initiative, kind of. Like if you kind of lose all your momentum, tempo, initiative, whatever you want to call it, you lose the game sometimes immediately, sometimes slowly. I noticed that Red has his battle lab in a pretty safe spot. That's about the safest you could put it, I think. Hello? Okay, just making sure it was recording. I thought the sound was off. So, yeah, that, you know what really sucks about making videos? If you screw something up, you had to do the whole video all over again. It happens to me once in a while. Once in a while, I forget to adjust the sound so you could hear me talking. And then I had to do the whole video. I mean, It takes a... I mean, it's easy to make a mistake when you're making a video, but... Not too complicated or anything, but anyway. Like, you had to put it on the microphone, set it, and then it had to, like, click, like, make sure it's not on mute, too. So anyway, a bunch of UFOs are coming. So both players are like, you know, if you run into the other player's defense, you can lose pretty easily and pretty quickly. I noticed UFOs are really the most dominant force right now in the Yuri versus Yuri. If it's versus Allies or Soviet, I mean, if you know the game, I don't really have to mention this to you, but I will, because some people don't know. If mass flag trunk would beat mass disc, and mass IFVs in the Cobra Battle Forces Guardian Jet IFVs for Allies would beat disc. But in Yuri versus Yuri, I mean, the one units that can't be mind controlled because they're in the air. I never seen him just get mind controlled before. Okay, he got mind controlled in his lab. Hey, a reasonable hit with the Psychic Dominator. And trying to go for the oils is a good idea too. And in some of these games, I've seen the players all put one Gatling, one stationary Gatling cannon near the oils. Because a lot of good players, they don't like to go defense. They go mostly offense and have an adaptable defense. You only make as much defense as you need, nothing more, nothing less. And walls are considered passive defense sometimes. So I don't know if they have a Gatling. Let's check. Okay, yeah, they do. This is one of those games where they're putting. The red has a Gatling in both oils, and he even has a bunker with a Gatling in the upper right. So they're about to go at it with UFOs. You see, red's army is a little bit bigger than purple's, but his purple's Air Force is probably bigger. I mean, you would think. But this Magnetrons could easily get screwed up by a mastermind. I think purple might have not made any masterminds at all. I don't even see any. Okay, red has to use this mastermind. Says he's mastermind versus no mastermind. It actually might be a clever thing to do, because you figure that just skip making masterminds and start making discs. It could be. I mean it's really something you'd have to try out. Because I haven't seen every single scenario of every possible thing ever happening in the game, you know. So anyway. Okay, red has to utilize his masterminds, but the disc war, can't really tell who's winning right now, honestly. This looks pretty close. Oh, okay, purple? Okay, now purple has masterminds. He did it before. Or at least I didn't see him. Boom, boom. Red didn't get to use his masterminds. So, like, and I think I seen one of them, a lot of stuff happened all at once, and I think I seen one of the masterminds get slammed onto the wall cliff. Now purple is coming at the... Red's in freaking hot water now. I think purple's about to win this game if he doesn't do something. He got a nice hit with a relatively nice hit with the Dominator, but is that enough to save him? Don't know yet. I don't know why red's making Magnetrons now. It's kind of strange. He's trying to it goes into a Magnetron war, and the Magnetrons are fighting the Magnetrons. Like, red has 2 MCVs. I don't know why he has 2 MCVs. Good game, and I think purple won. Bottom player won again.